Calzone. Just showing you guys a little bit of few low-level tips on how to game some cash in Texas. I think the best idea for any people that beginning would be to start off, whether or not you have enough Bitcoins or when you do get enough Bitcoins, to buy the unlimited advanced pass for Texas. Only because this is your fall 2 moneymaker. What I'm going to show you first is I'm going to show you my setup that got me my basic, if I run out of cash and I'm down to absolutely nothing and I need to make a quick couple bucks, this is my setup. Now, I don't know about the color, but this little lure right here is a nano spoon 1/8 ounce number 1. It may be small, but the bass eat it alive, the catfish, and the pike. And those are the main three that are money makers, not experience holders, but the money makers on the board. The bass are also equal Steven. It's like you have your money making and you also have your experience when it comes to the bass. And then I have my jig winner setup right here. If you cannot, this is the club. This is the rod you need to get, and I call it a club just because it is my weapon of choice. This is the club you want. This is your very, very basic starter lightweight lure rod. And I've used this to death, and I've had it since I've started, and it's gotten me out of trouble many, many times. And, you know, the reel does count. It does matter. I use an Aspira ML3000 SE, but you don't necessarily have to have this spinning reel. You can have, I think, a couple of levels higher and a couple of levels lower that you can choose from that will fit with this rod right here. Now the line, that's up to you. You're going to have to work with it, whatever works best for you. Everybody's different, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys where everybody starts off at. Is home sweet home is where the game starts you off at. When you go to Texas, it'll give you this option. I go right there. I walk right up. I don't have to go far. I take out that jig winner with that little nano spoon on there. And since the jig winner is a pretty strong rod, I only go about halfway. I move up a speed depending on the weather and how thick the water is. See? But this looks to be just about right, and sooner than nothing I have a fish on. What I'm also going to show you today is how you can do some pretty good leveling up with some float rod, some low level stuff. I don't have any low-level rods and reels, but I do have low-level tackle like the hooks and the bobbers and a few other things. What I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to catch some fish with some really, really cheap bait. We're going to try pet food. We're going to try a little bit of bread. We're going to try cheese for the catfish. They don't give you much experience or cash, but they are fun. And you catch enough of them, you get trophies. Down the line, you'll be catching way big catfish and catching the little ones right away. Gives you a good feel on how they fight. Very little. They're pretty easy goers. They just want to go home and go on your plate. So we'll see if we can't catch a few more for you here just to show you how effective this is. I use the twitch method. You can do pretty much whatever you want. Stop and go, twitch, lift and drop. I don't think the straight really works. We'll try. Why don't we try it out real quick right here? We'll just try the straight. Just reeling it in. Because Texas is pretty forgiving. All I'm doing is pushing R2 on my PlayStation button. Trademarked. Oh, I got 2 bites. So even that will work if all else fails and you don't know what you're doing and you're getting the hang of it. Just cast her out there halfway. I mean, I'll cast out a long way once or twice just to show you guys how far this rod will go and how effective it is in other places that you need to get to. I mean, for the most part, it'll hold most of the fish from the early levels. So wherever you go, I mean, if you have a 1 rod case holder and you just don't want to buy bait, take this big guy with you. See, that it's going to be a decent cast. And already it's at 160 feet. So, I mean, the jig winner knows what it's doing. And also, there's the mini. We'll try out. I'll show you a little bit of. There's a mini bass jig that works out really well on this level. See, that's why I don't like to cast out too far. All the bass are close. Oop, almost another one right there. Catch one more with this and then I'll show you that bass jig. Which hence this rod gets its name, the jig winner, because it's perfect for it. Oh. I don't know if it's a bass, but nope, there it is. 160 bucks. Alright, now I'm going to show you that little bass jig. It's called the mini bass jig. Like I said, you cast it out there about halfway. This one you're going to want to stop and go. And stopping and going consists of just reeling in and letting it hit the bottom. You want to have a 3-speed so it does actually come off the ground like that. Just tap it. Tap it. You'll feel an also slight little nibble on your line. Until you feel the strike, don't hit L2 because you'll be striking way too early. But this comes in handy as well. And there's other places on the map that this comes in handy, like Mudwater. I haven't done a video for there yet. I'm trying to figure out the perfect scenario to bring everybody to see Mudwater. If anybody's got any tips on what fish they want to see out of Mudwater, just let me know. See how it ever rests so slowly on the bottom? You can even wait a second and then reel in. Alright, well, that works out. I'm going to try a few more times and then I'm going to move on to some low-level float gear for everybody. Just to show you what, how you can start off with a really cheap bait. What to do, what fish likes what, where everybody happens to be, the places that I've learned that give you really good experience. I mean, the fish do have a mind of their own. Sometimes they strike, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you have good days, sometimes you don't. But I'm not going to waste your time. I'm just showing everybody on bait. Oop, there's another hit. The mini jig gives you a pretty good sized bass, is why I'm using it to show y'all. Alright, they're going to make a liar out of me today. Alright, what I'll do is I'm going to switch up my club to my float rod. And it's the Artex with the Hornet on it, Hornet Swarm. And now what I'm going to show you guys is in my inventory, I'm going to grab I'm going to leave the bobber that I have on it on. And what I'm going to grab is I'm going to grab a hook number 2. And bread. Now I'm going to switch my lead to 35. Me and everybody, all my friends have figured out about 35's pretty much the way to go. Where he likes to fish is right over here, folks. I'll show you. And that's Mr. Swigs by... If you have seen any more of my videos, you'll know that he's one of my close buddies. This is where he likes to bring him down. No, I'm not pretty sure where he float fishes or where he started, but I think it's somewhere along the lines of right around here. Give it a little tap. Make him think grandma's bread's still alive somehow, some way. Bang. With bread. It may not be a lunker, but... Oh, no. It's that goofy shiner that I've been telling you about. Now they've got the golden, the blacktail, the white shiner, the black shiner, the blacktail shiner, the annoying shiner. I don't think they have a non-annoying shiner. So what we're also going to do now is I'm going to switch it up to another really cheap bait that you start off with. Let's see where they are. The red worms. That's one spot that my buddy likes to fish at. This is another spot I think we both enjoy. Now there's weeds inside there, So you want to cast just a little left of that lily pad patch? I mean, this area right here is everybody's own opinion of what they like and where they go. And ooh, that's what I'll show you. All right, from right here, I figured out just a little while ago, a couple of weeks ago, mind you, and I've had the game for some time, that if you go pet food, which is an early bait, I think it's level 4 or level 3, and you go up about 75, gauge out your distance, gauge out your depth, reeling in about to there. It may lean a little bit, that's okay. Oh, I'm going to bring it up just a little bit, folks. We'll try 70. Right in the same spot. See, what I'm fishing for is a fish called the smallmouth buffalo. It's not that easy to catch on this map, but I thought I figured it out. I could be wrong, folks. Maybe I had just gotten lucky all day. I caught the fish about 15 times in a row, and now I'm not catching it once. And just like that, bang, I'm catching fish with this little goofy pet food. What's up, Yobi Mike? Where are you from, bud? Cool. I don't know if you add me in your friends list in your start menu sometime. If I see where you're at and if I'm not doing a broadcast, I'd be more than happy to help you out and play. Sounds like a plan to me, bud. I bet you it's nice there in Miami. Here in Michigan, it's cold. And you keep hearing the bells ringing, right, one right after another. All right, well, I will find you. I will add you as a friend, and then sometime we will get together and I'll show you a few tips and trades on how to make a lot of money on this game really fast. how to level up really fast on that matter too. Well, while we're here, oops, I forgot to do it, folks. Hey, there's another reduced sunfish. Okay, so what I'll show you guys on how to do is how to add your friends so that you can play in the same area as them. You go to this menu right here in your start menu, click over, go to your social on your L1 button, PlayStation. You will see on the bottom it'll say use friend search. You go to friend search, you type in our friend from Miami. We'll try without having to put all of it in there. We'll just try Jamal James 127. It usually takes a second, and there he is. You just go to request friendship, and then later on down the line he can find me and we can get together and we can rip some lifts in the same area. Well, thanks, Jamal James. Hope you add me back, bud. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few more spots. We'll go to, just in case Jamal does find me, we'll go to a new friend's room. And we're back to where we started here. And now what I'm going to show you is when I sit here and I look and I cast towards these here rocks right over here is normally where I find the smallmouth buffalo. Oops, sorry guys. Now there are a ton of other fish over here. You have your reduced sunfish, which are pretty good payouts. You have those guys. You have your green sunfish, your bluegill. Of course, those obnoxious shiners. But that smallmouth buffalo is pretty fun to catch. And it's hard, and it is the first level. So they are giving you a difficult fish to learn on. I mean, it's pretty good. And then after I do that, if I do catch one, or if I no, Mike, I went to search and I requested you. Okay, Mike, I'll try it again in a little bit. I'm gonna get these people rolling over here on hopefully catching this buffalo, and then I'll try it again before I go to the little honey hole that I was gonna tell you about. It's on the bottom. It's Calzone 6 Go Blue in the blue bar on the bottom of the screen. That would be my tag. Well, it looks like that smallmouth buffalo is gonna elude me. I'll leave it to your guys' imagination, but I did give you the tools on how to catch it. It's the pet food, and the hook number 2 will get you that smallmouth buffalo. It's there. I'm just not having any luck, and I'm killing all the time in the world. And I still have to have time to show you that honey hole that I was telling you about. Oh, you could, if you see above where my bobber is, there's a few splashes. That's another thing you look for in the water. Catfish will leave big rings. Other fish will have other fish jumping, and other fish will just leave bubbles. A lot of the bottom feeder fish that eat plankton and things like pet food and plankton, stuff like such. Hey, there you are, buddy. Stuff like such will leave air bubbles. Alright, well, it doesn't look like I'm going to get that buffalo today for you. Like I said, I'll leave it up to you guys to find it. It'll be fun once you bring it in. It's a good fighter. It's a cool looking fish. They give you an example in the start menu. But it's nothing like having it on the end of your line. Okay, a few more seconds and I'm going to go ahead and show you my honey hole. Alright, well, not having any luck with them today. That's why they're hard to catch. I was just hoping to get lucky for everybody. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to switch to cheese. And this is where your catfish are in this part of the map. Now, catfish, you should know, are bottom feeders. I don't know why they like cheese, but oops, a little further. And now I just reel it in. Get it to about right there until I hear that ding. Oop. I don't know why it says that. I didn't touch anything, so. Come on, fish. If you hear the bell, that means that they're either near it or they want it, so. I'm surprised I haven't gotten one. Yeah, I will accept your friend request after the end of this broadcast there, Mike. Sorry about that. I don't want to leave everybody else hanging right now. Well, it's not the catfish, but they're right there. I might go a little bit deeper and see if I can get it for you guys real quick before I'm out. Come on, buddy, grab it. I mean, you can see it bobbing right there. If you look close enough, you might even almost be able to see the fish grab it. Oh, by the way, Mike, I added you as a friend on Fishing Planet, not on the PlayStation Network, trademarked. Wow, this fish is gonna just make a liar out of me today. Sorry, guys. But I will add you on my friends list on my PlayStation if that's cool with you. All right, so I'll show you guys my honey hole. A lot of people don't know about, and then I'm gonna carry on. We're gonna go back and switch back to the pet food. Hey, well maybe the catfish will like the pet food today. It is a little weedy right there. And I'll just reel it in. Alright, well, a lot of the fish today are just making me look bad, so I'm going to show you my honey hole, then I'm out of here today for you guys. Show you a little bit of few of the Texas basics. One of these days when it is maybe a better fishing day, I'll bring you back and I'll show you a little bit around the place. But this is the spot from the start that I have learned I just kill the fish here. About 33 is good. About right there is good. Like right there, that's a pretty good fish. If I didn't have such good rods and reel set up, that my XP would be a little better. But for $54 in the fish and that cheap for the pet food is a pretty good mix. And on top of that, you have all sorts of other different species right here. You have your pike, catfish, bass, everything. Right after another. Over and over and over again. I know it seems like it gets really repetitious, catching the same 5 fish over and over and over again, but after a while you do get a little bit of money and you go up levels. Okay, well, I showed you one spot. Now I'm walking past that bridge, and this will be the end of my video today. I'm going to end the last 5 minutes with this spot right here. Look at that, off in nowhere's land. It's in honey hole land right here. The best thing about these two spots is if one spot isn't biting, the other spot is. Always. Now, when I tell you what I mean when I say I mean always, I mean always. If it's not one spot, if not both, it's the other. So I showed you guys where the spot is. I like to cast out here. I showed you where the spots are. I gave you the ideas and what weapons to use and how to bring in some quick money makers. So I'd like to conclude the day with rips and lips, fellas and ladies. I hope you enjoy fishing with Calzone. Talk to you later.